There are truths that shape the fabric of the universe, truths too sacred to be written, too powerful to be spoken in public, too disruptive for the ordinary mind to grasp. Neville Goddard knew this, and though he dedicated his life to teaching the power of imagination, there were certain ideas he only whispered in private rooms to students who had proven themselves ready. This is one of those teachings. It was never meant to be shared with the masses, not because it was dangerous, but because it was too liberating, too absolute. Because once you understand it, there's no going back. No more asking, no more hoping, no more searching, only the truth and the weight of knowing you were always. Let's begin. In his public lectures, Neville often said, imagination creates reality. But in the privacy of smaller circles, he offered a more radical formulation. He said, imagination is not just the means of creation, it is the container of all reality. In other words, you are not using imagination to shape the world. You are using it to navigate infinite versions of yourself and existence. Every possible life, every version of you, every timeline already exists in imagination. Imagination is not passive. It is the living field, the multi-dimensional matrix through which you travel every time you change your state. And here's the secret Neville never wrote down. You are not trying to become something. You are remembering what you already are. Everything is memory. Everything is self-selection. The world you see right now is not the product of time. It is the residue of the version of you you've accepted as true. Nothing more, nothing less. Neville explained that people live in bondage not because the world has power, but because they have forgotten they are the operant power. You are not reacting to the world. You are authoring it. Even your deepest doubts are creative acts. Even your fear manifests form. But here's where most people stop short. They think manifestation is about desire, about getting what you want. Neville shattered that illusion privately. He said, desire is the voice of the higher self reminding you of what is already yours. You are not summoning something outside of you. You are being called home by your own soul. Desire is not a signal to chase. It is an invitation to assume. You don't move toward what you desire. You move from it. The moment you feel the desire, the reality already exists. Your job is not to build it. Your job is to remember it. To wear it in imagination, to inhabit it in feeling. To stop asking and start being. Most teachings stop at visualization. They tell you to see the thing you want, to picture it clearly, to repeat it daily. Neville went far beyond that. He said, the key is not to see, but to assume. Assumption is not a technique. It is a transformation of identity. You are not looking at the desired version of you from a distance. You are stepping into it now, wearing it as your only reality, refusing to acknowledge any other. Assumption means death, the death of the former self, and in that death, a resurrection. Neville taught that every time you assume a new state, a new version of you is resurrected, and the world around you must rearrange to match, not gradually, not eventually, but instantly. In the imaginal field, the physical takes time to echo, but the truth is already in motion. The question is not, how long until it shows up? The real question is, will I remain loyal to the new identity long enough to see its reflection? Most people abandon the new self because the outer world does not confirm it immediately. But the outer world is always late. It is a mirror with a delay, and mirrors only reflect what is placed before them. You do not change the reflection by begging it. You change it by changing the original. Neville also taught that states are everything. You don't manifest things, you manifest states. And every state has its own world, its own people, its own circumstances. The moment you change states, you change universes. The people around you may look the same, but they begin to behave differently. They reflect your new state back to you. Your relationships shift, your finances shift, your health shifts. Not because the world changed, but because the you that is being expressed has changed. The law does not respond to words, it responds to self-definition. Who are you being? In imagination, in feeling, in identity. That's what matters. One of Neville's most powerful private teachings was this: there's no one to change but self. And yet most people spend their lives trying to change circumstances. They fight shadows, argue with appearances, and try to move pieces around on a board they did not design. But Neville reminded his students, you are the board, you are the player, you are the game. Everything originates in consciousness. You do not need permission. You do not need time. You only need a decision to become the version of you who no longer waits, not waits for the world to change, not waits for others to behave, not waits for signs, for alignment, for confirmation, because the only real sign is your being. Are you being it now? That's the only measurement that matters. Neville also revealed a truth few dare to believe. The world is entirely dead. It only lives through your attention. What you observe, what you acknowledge, what you accept, you animate. Everything else is dormant. You don't just choose what to experience. You choose what to bring to life. This is why Neville was so careful with his imagination. He knew that every idle thought was a seed, and every seed, when planted with feeling, must grow. But here's the paradox. You are already God imagining dots, so you don't need to try to manifest. You are manifesting now, endlessly. The question is not if you're creating. The question is what you're accepting as true. Every moment, you are declaring, this is who I am. And the universe, obedient as always, replies as you wish. So what is the ultimate secret Neville never shared publicly? It's this: you are already what you seek. And the only barrier is the refusal to accept it now. There's no higher power to appeal to, no divine force that is separate, no waiting room between you and fulfillment. There's only this moment, this breath, this awareness. You are the divine consciousness dreaming this world into form, and everything you could ever desire is already yours. The moment you stop seeking and start being. This is not philosophy. This is law, and law is not broken, only misunderstood. So how do you apply this? You stop chasing. You stop negotiating with life. You stop pretending to be less than what you are. You go within, assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled, and remain there, unshaken, unapologetic, unavailable to anything less. You become the version of you for whom your desire is not a dream, but a memory, and you live from that memory, not visiting it, not testing it, living it. This is the key. This is the resurrection. This is the truth behind every secret Neville ever hinted at. You were never meant to learn this from the outside. You were meant to awaken it from within. And if you've heard it today, it's because you're ready. You are not the student anymore. You are the creator remembering its role. And the world is about to remember you. ***, ready to go even deeper? Explore sound and frequency tools designed to activate your inner world and align your imagination with the reality you desire. And remember to subscribe for weekly uploads exploring the hidden teachings of Neville Goddard, including lessons he only shared in private settings. Each week, we dive deeper into the mystery and the mastery of who you truly are.